All right. Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. I am your meteorologist, Chris Peterson. Let's go on and talk about the weather for your Saturday evening going into your future. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Saturday. And we are about to go on and get started. But first off, what we always talk about, first, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure that you go on and do so. We have 584 subscribers trying to get to 600. We are 16 away from that main goal. And at 600 subscribers, we actually will be doing a Q&A. So make sure that you get us to that goal, because if you do, we will be at that goal. And then also, we can do the Q&A. But the faster we get to, the quicker that we can. Also, go on and hit the like button. We've had 3 people tune in so far. We only have 2 likes, so go on and hit the like button right now if you have not already. And then the share button, like I said, share with other people that you know on social media, etc. So what are we going to talk about? What's on tap for tonight? We're obviously going to talk about the weather tonight. We're also going to talk about the mostly dry conditions that will continue, and then we'll also continue really just talk about the tropics. And overall, I think that that's really all we're going to talk about tonight. We talked about how we're going to start getting those more above average temperatures. So, not really too much extra we're going to talk about tonight. It's going to be pretty normal. First off, though, let's go on and talk about what's going on, obviously, tonight. So, we currently have no rainfall that's going on throughout the entire state of South Carolina. So that's a good thing right there. But, what is going on throughout the entire U.S.? You have rainfall going on over here inside of Pennsylvania. You also do have some rainfall going on inside of Idaho and inside of up here in Montana, over here into North Dakota, even parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, going into the Four Corners region. But what areas are clear right now? That's obviously areas over here inside of the West. That's areas over here. And then also areas over here inside of the upper Midwest, going into the deep South, going all the way down over into the Southeast a little bit, excluding Florida, include parts of Ohio, all the way up here, and then all the way up there inside of the Northeast as well. So there is not a lot. I think that their majority is dry, but there are obviously areas right now that are indeed included with some rainfall. What about our cloud cover? We do in fact have some cloud cover on the eastern side of South Carolina. That includes the PD, the Grand Strand. Also, the Low Country is also included with some cloud cover. Even the Upstate has some cloud cover as well. But if we go into our current cloud cover for the future, to the future cloud cover, you can see that as we push this forward, cloud cover will actually continue to push its way up into the Midlands, up into the Low Country, up into maybe even the Southern Upstate potentially. And this is again tomorrow morning, going into tomorrow afternoon. Looks like that cloud cover will be going into parts of the upstate, going into those same areas that it was already in. So it might be a little bit more cloudier inside places like the Low Country, Southern Midlands, the PD, Grand Strand. Current temperatures tonight around 70 in Columbia, 69 inside of Warrensburg, as well as 71 in Somerville, 72 in Georgetown, and 74 in Murrells Inlet, 70 in Conway, as well as 73 in North Myrtle Beach, 70 in Florence and Hartsville, as well as 66 in Newberry. 67 inside of Union, and 69 in Greenville, 67 in Spartanburg, as well as 66 in Rock Hill. 65 inside of York, 65 in Gaffney, and then also 74 down there in Charleston. What about your low temperatures for tonight? Low temperatures around 60 in Greenville and Anderson, as well as 58 in Spartanburg, 58 inside of Rock Hill, and 61 inside of Columbia. 61 also inside of Orangeburg and Walterboro, and even 62 in Moncks Corner. 66 in Charleston, and 69 in Hilton Head Island. 62 in Georgetown, and 63 in Myrtle Beach. You also have some other areas that'll be high 50s, low 60s. Now for your rainfall, no accumulation is expected at this time. Again, no accumulation over the next 24 hours from now until 8 p.m. tomorrow night is expected at this time. And so you won't need that umbrella, most likely, tomorrow either. What about the crazy score? If you have no idea what the crazy score is, the score that we see how crazy the weather is inside of the state of South Carolina. And for right now, we're at a 10. We are at a 10. And it's just calm out there. It's calm out there. Tonight we will indeed have dry conditions, cool and comfortable, and then maybe some mountain valley fog possible, and then, but overall, stable. SPC outlook for tonight, we do in fact have no thunderstorm risk. Again, there is no thunderstorm risk at all for tonight. Same thing for tomorrow. And then also for Monday. Not Monday. Monday, we actually do have a thunderstorm risk that it's for the Columbia area going over into Florence. So pretty much the entire low country, all of the PD, all of the Grand Strand. Honestly, we could say most of the Midlands, and then not really too much of the upstates included in there. But Low Country, PD, Grand Strand for sure are all regions that are included inside of that thunderstorm risk for Monday, for when we get there. No excessive rainfall is expected either, so we have nothing to watch for here. And so what about the models? So we're going to start off here, and we're going to go on and, break it down, all that kind of stuff. But starting off here at 9 o'clock, you can see that there is nothing really going on throughout the entire state. As we go all the way to 12 a.m., you can see that it's staying dry. We're not expecting anything too significant. Now, we do have rainfall, obviously, to our south and east. And for the most part, that's about all. That is about all. There goes the high pressure up there inside of North Carolina, Tennessee, around 10 a.m. But it's obviously there, but it just didn't show it in earlier runs. But for the most part, you can kind of see that high pressure is there. And as you get all the way into the afternoon, that stays dry. It stays dry here inside of South Carolina. Now, what about for our more longer but still short-term time frame? It still seems to stay relatively dry all the way through to 12 a.m. on September the 15th, which is Monday. And then for the most part, I'm not seeing anything else. I see like a little stray shower potentially happening, but would it cause any sort of accumulation? Absolutely not. And that's why we have no accumulation that's expected. And even as you go into Monday afternoon, it still looks like it's going to remain mostly dry. Now, you can look at this one model run right here and see how much rainfall is expected over the next 48 hours. And you see like a little dot or two. Now, it is accumulation, I guess. But it's just one model run, so you can't really take it fully. Let's go on now and look at the GFS. So we're going to start off here at the 48-hour mark. As we push this forward, you can see a low pressure out there inside of the Atlantic, actually moving closer and closer to North Carolina, which might cause themselves some flooding concerns. While we down here, we stay nice and dry, have fun in the sun, maybe cloud cover. But while they're over there getting themselves some coastal flooding, some just maybe wind gusts with that as well. I mean, low pressure is right there. So maybe, and then definitely some flooding over there as you go into September the 16th, which is Tuesday. And again, we stay relatively dry during that time frame, and we still stay dry all the way to September the 20th, going into September the 21st. One thing that I will say is I am kind of interested to see how the drought monitor will look next week. And so I kind of already know what my prediction is going to be, but we'll see how the week progresses. As we go all the way into September the 21st, down into September the 22nd, you see some rainfall moving through, but for the most part, it's not as storm-based. And when I say storm-based, I mean that it's not really showing me anything too significant. Yes, rainfall, but I'm not really seeing anything too concerning. And then a high pressure takes over right after it leaves around September the 23rd, 24th, 25th. And then once we get to around September 26th, we really can't go any further than that just because it's still 300 hours out, way too far out to say what's going to happen, but we can look at trends and we can say that it's going to look a little bit more active potentially as we go into that end half of or that last couple of days, I should say, of September. How much rain will fall, we don't know. When will it rain, we don't know, but it looks a little bit more active inside of that last couple of days of September. And so we'll continue to watch for those as we move more into October as well, because September the 29th, so tomorrow, we'll be able to see a snippet for the 30th, and then that means on Monday night, we'll be able to see into the first day of October. But that's it for our long-term future. What about the tropics? The tropics, we obviously have an area that we are still watching for over here inside of the Atlantic. It has a 60% chance of forming over the next 7 days and a 0 chance of forming over the next 48 hours. So what does it say? A tropical wave located near the Cabo Verde Island is producing a large area of disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity over the far eastern Atlantic. Dry and stable air will likely limit the system's development over the next few days, but a tropical depression could form by the middle to latter part of next week, while moving west-northwest to northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour over the central tropical Atlantic. So, this indeed will have the chance to form. It has a 60% chance for now. So it is right now in the medium category. It's not likely to form yet, but they still have that could form. It's still possible. And will it form over the next 48 hours? No, 0% chance for that. Dry air will limit it. So at some point in time, dry air will potentially come in, and it could kind of try and tear it apart just a little bit. How much will infiltrate it? We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But it's not expected to completely take it down. As you can see, it says dry and stable air will likely limit. So it will likely limit the system development over the next few days. But a tropical depression could still form by the middle to latter part of next week. So it could limit it. It's likely to limit it, but it's expected to kind of get back up and then get back going again, which is why you don't see that chance for development over the next 48 hours skyrocket to around 30, 40, 50% just because of that dry air coming in. And they're mainly talking about a long-term basis over the next 7 days. But that's all for the Atlantic. There's nothing else going on here, so we're going to go in and move on off of that. Models for this thing, I could show it, but to be honest, it's not too much different. Most of them still have it curving. You have a couple of stragglers out there that kind of get a little bit further south, but they're not as strong, really. You have a couple of strong ones here and there, but again, I still think that we need to figure out this thing will even form first before we really get into depth with it, and it's not even close to the U.S. at that point in time, and that's 10 days out. So we're still going to wait for that. We are still going to wait for that. So there's I usually go in and check out if any earthquakes occurred, but no earthquakes occurred today inside of South Carolina. So let's go in and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. A little short audience tonight, but my Aunt Lula says, good evening everyone. Today in Georgetown we had a cloudy day, but no rainfall. Honestly, that's about almost the opposite from what I got. I think it was about kind of like half. I remember during a point during the day to where it was cloudy, but it was sunny. For a good majority of the day. It was a nice breeze, though, today. Nice breeze today. Mr. Chris says, good evening, everyone from Monk's Corner. Remember to go and hit the like button and the subscribe button if you're not. It helps everyone that may need it. And he's absolutely correct. We've had 6 people tune in tonight, and we only have 4 likes. Yeah, I know. So if you are a part of that, too, that have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. And also hit the subscribe button, share it. It's free, and you can change your mind at any time if you want to switch it. He also says going to be a cool night. It will be. It will be a cool night. Highs in the high 50s and then also in the low 60s. Terrell says, greetings everyone. Greetings to you. Beautiful day here. Went out shopping. That's fantastic. Glad to hear that you got some stuff done today. And that's all that I see inside of the chat. So we're going to go on and talk about the 3 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, what in the world am I talking about? That being Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and then Duncan, Oklahoma. And that is because we have people from those areas that watch us almost every single night. So we're going to start off with Raleigh first. You have low temperatures tonight at 58, high temperatures tomorrow 83, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 61. There is no precipitation that is expected as you move through the next 24 hours or so. So you are good for precipitation, and you're also good in terms of excessive rainfall as well. And for some reason, the SPC Outlook just decided it does not want to work today. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe this one will. Yes, it does. No severe weather is expected either. No severe weather is expected for you either. Now, what about Philadelphia? You have low temperatures tonight at 62, high temperatures tomorrow at 85, and low temperatures tomorrow night at 63. No precipitation tonight or tomorrow night, but patchy fog is indeed possible, pretty much expected, as you go into tomorrow morning and tomorrow night as well. So you do have to watch for that. What about excessive rainfall? You indeed have no threat for any sort of excessive rainfall, so you're good there. And then for severe weather, there is indeed no severe weather that is expected at that time. And then Duncan, Oklahoma being the last one, you have low temperatures tonight at 70, high temperatures tomorrow at 91, and then low temperatures tomorrow night also at 70. There is no precipitation that is expected at all. And then also no excessive rainfall is expected, no severe weather is either. So your all three locations are good. There is no threat for any sort of severe weather, excessive rainfall, or anything like that, but you might need the rainfall. You might need the rainfall. I know it's been a long little bit without some rain, so you might actually need it. What's going on throughout the entire U.S.? The stationary front will continue to bring that heavy to excessive rainfall to southern Florida into probably later tonight, with localized and urban flooding possible. Heavy to excessive rainfall is forecasted through Saturday over the southern Rockies into the northern plains. Instances of flash flooding are possible, especially in the higher terrain. You have flash flood warnings going on right now inside of western Texas, and then you also do have air quality alerts out for pretty much restricting people to stay inside and don't be outside for too long. Over there inside of New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Memphis, Tennessee, and then also over there near St. Louis, Missouri. And so those are the areas that they're asking for people to stay inside. Now, for the most part, I don't see anything else that I'm really like eyeing at too hard. Yeah, I don't really see anything else, so I think that's going to wrap this up. Again, let me go on real quick, though, before I go on and sign off. Let me see if my email, see if I have any pictures that was sent real quick. It's loading up right now, and I actually do. I believe I do have a picture that I can share for tonight. This one comes from Mr. Chris. He said, weather at 6:50 p.m. tonight inside of Moncks Corner. Let me go in and show it. Very nice picture already. I can already see a very nice picture. Yeah, he sent in from Moncks Corner at 6:50 p.m. If you want to send me a picture, you can by sending it to scweather360@gmail.com. Again, that is SC, initial for South Carolina, weather 360 at gmail.com. And I will share it whenever I see it, whenever I get the notification. I know sometimes some people share it to me during the stream, and I check before, and when I don't see anything, I'll log out the email actually for the night, and so I don't go back and check it. So today I actually just remembered to go back to it, though. And so what about the top fans for tonight? Top fans for tonight actually is Mr. Chris again, number 1, Trail number 2, and then my Aunt Lulu at number 3. The only 3 people that typed inside the chat. So all 3 of y'all actually are all top fans for tonight. So congratulations to the 3 of y'all. And I will be back tomorrow morning with your Sunday morning forecast update. Remember, like I said, hit those 2 buttons, subscribe, and the like button, and the optional 3rd one, the share one, even though that would be greatly appreciated.